Hi there, I'm Nancy Nash with Starfish Strength, and today I want to share my recipe with you for baked sweet potato fries with a healthier blue cheese dressing. So this is actually a recipe that I've been making for over a decade during my weight loss journey and into my journey becoming a trainer and healthy lifestyle coach. So I'm really excited to share it with you. So we're going to start off making our blue cheese dressing so that it has some time to set up in the refrigerator. So in a small mixing bowl, I'm going to combine 2/3 of a cup of non-fat Greek yogurt, 1 tablespoon of your favorite mayonnaise. I'm using Chosen mayonnaise today, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, fresh squeezed if you have it, and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. To that, I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly cracked black pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. So I'm just going to gently stir this until it completely combines and it comes into a nice looking dip. And then lastly, most importantly, I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of blue cheese. So I'm measuring this crumbled. So just keep that in mind if you're crumbling it yourself. So go ahead and just slowly stir everything together until it's looking really well combined. And then we're going to cover it and put it in the refrigerator. And I would let it set up for at least a half hour. If you can let it set up for an hour or two and really let that flavor develop, even better. So now let's make our baked oven sweet potato fries. So I'm going to start by setting my oven on 400 degrees Fahrenheit to preheat. Next, I'm going to wash and dry 5 to 6 medium to large sweet potatoes and make sure that I remove any strings or eyes or anything else that's kind of hanging off that you see. And before we start cutting them, I'm actually going to prepare the sheets that we're going to be laying them out on. So I want 2 large baking sheets, 9 by 13 or a broiling pan, anything like that will work great. And I'm going to line them with parchment paper and then just spray the parchment paper with non-stick cooking spray. So cutting on my sweet potatoes, I'm first going to slice off the ends, and I am going to leave the skins on for this. If you really don't like the texture of the skin, you can remove it. It definitely will add an extra bit of prep time into this, and that skin does add some fiber and texture that I really enjoy in this. Next, I'm going to slice my sweet potato in half, and then I'm going to slice it in maybe 1/2 inch slices and slice each of those 1/2 inch slices into 1/2 inch fries. You can make them a little bit smaller than this. Some of them guaranteed are going to be smaller than this. I have made these extremely symmetrical in the past, but because of this cooking method, I haven't felt that resulted in an amazing fry. So you can see what you think, but really we're going for kind of like a rustic steak cut fry. So once all of my sweet potatoes are cut up, I'm going to try to evenly divide them among my 2 trays and lay them out. To my sweet potato fries, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of your favorite hot sauce. I'm using kind of a mild hot sauce in my opinion. I'm using Frank's Red Hot. I have also used sriracha and had really good results. I wouldn't use a hot sauce that you think is extremely spicy, because it's easier to add more spice later than it is to take away the spice if we add too much now. So I'm going to toss the sweet potato fries in my hot sauce with my hands. You could also put on gloves for this just to make sure that your fingers aren't tingling later on. So in a separate bowl, I'm going to mix up my spices. So I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Again, I'm not using a really spicy chili powder for this. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and 1 teaspoon of cumin. And I'm just going to gently stir that with a spoon just so that the spices are thoroughly combined. Now I'm going to take my spice mixture and shake half of it over each tray of fries. And then I'm going to mix the fries together with my hands, just making sure that every fry is thoroughly coated with our spice mixture. And if you need to move some fries around just to make sure that everything looks about even to you, go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna put my trays in the oven and we're gonna bake these for about 90 minutes. So during that 90 minutes, I'm gonna come back maybe 2 or 3 times every 20 to 30 minutes and just gently use my spatula to flip them. I'm also going to flip the trays at least once, putting the tray that's on the bottom on the top and the tray that's on the top on the bottom, just to make sure that everybody is cooking pretty evenly. If you have a convection oven, you might be able to skip that step. I'll know that the fries are done when they are fork tender, but they also seem to be kind of dry and slightly crisp on the outside. That may take a little less time, a little more time in your oven. It also depends on the climate that you live in. So right now I live in a pretty dry climate in Southern California, but I have lived in more humid climates where this might take a little more time. And if you're really finding this difficult to get them crispy towards the end, then I would turn the oven up to about 450 and give them another 10 minutes. Or you can also put them in your air fryer to finish them off, and that works great too. So once our fries are done, I'm gonna let them cool for at least 10 minutes before taking them off the tray. I have made the mistake before of putting them into storage containers too soon, and then you're kind of gonna remove that crispiness that we just spent time developing. Be sure to let them really cool before you store them, and let them cool for at least 10 minutes before enjoying them. So I just put a little bit of cilantro on here for a little extra flavor and to make it look nice. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. So I'm just gonna taste the sweet potato fry on its own first. Full disclosure, I love sweet potatoes and all squash related things. You're probably not surprised by that if you see my other recipe videos, but pairing sweet potatoes with hot sauce and chili powder gives it a whole other dimension. So you've got that balance of the sweet and spicy. There's some softer parts of the fry. There's some crispier parts, and guaranteed these are not as crispy as the sweet potato fries that are being deep fried. But if you're a person, who's trying to eat a little bit healthier, but you really like sweet potato fries, give this a try and let me know what you think, because I do feel like you come out with a flavor profile that is very satisfying with a little bit of that crunch. Reheating these throughout the week is a breeze. So you just want to set your oven or your air fryer on 400 or 450 and give it about 10 minutes. And these might get even crispier than they did the first time. Now let's try one of these with a little bit of the blue cheese dressing. So I really taste the apple cider vinegar in this as well as the blue cheese. Both of those just give it a little zip, a little zest. And then you can also taste a little bit of lemon. Now then you can taste the backup singers of the garlic powder and the pepper. The garlic's definitely not jumping out. It's not, stealing the show by any means. We've got a lot of strong flavors in here, so balance is important. So I do think this is pretty well balanced, but if you give it a try, I'd love to hear what you think. And if blue cheese dressing is not your thing, I'm going to recommend using a healthier ketchup. So my favorite ketchup is True Made. And I think this is an excellent pairing as well. So let's give that combination a try. All right, I'm totally biased. I really love that the True Made ketchup tastes very tomato forward, not like corn syrup forward. But I really do like it with these fries because, now you have some tomato balance and some vinegar from the ketchup in with the chili, garlic, onion flavor that the sweet potato fries have taken on. So this is a good combination too. Thanks so much for making time to cook with me today. I'd love to hear how you enjoyed this recipe in the comments below. And if you're looking for more healthy recipes, workouts, or other healthy lifestyle help, please check out the rest of my YouTube channel. And if you need some more support putting together your exercise program and nutrition plan, please reach out to me in the link in the description. In the meantime, I look forward to continuing this journey with you, and I'll see you in the next video. Yes, I have some sweet potato for you. It does not have chili powder on it, okay? What a good listener. Sweet potato? Oh, yes. You love sweet potato. Oh my goodness. Good job. Good job, Clean Plate Club.